There we go. That's what I'll use. Just have to stay on the Wi-Fi. Somebody needs to make an announcement. Everybody turn your Wi-Fi off. We can just do it from the.
I'll let everybody know.
I know, but this has a full, it doesn't look like it, but it's the full thing. All the way to the sign, all the way over that way. We should be good. Should be good.
Really weird. You look so weird.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Can you introduce yourself to Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
Wish I could have been
What happened to the music? Why'd it go down? All right, we're gonna go ahead and get rolling.
Good, how are you?
Come on up, Bill up front. It's going to be standard rolling tonight, so if you guys can come on up front here. We're going to go ahead and get rolling. So welcome to our Tuesday night info session. Hey guys, we have a few seats up here if you want to come grab these. And let everybody settle in. Hope everybody's had a great day today. It got cold again all of a sudden, right? I thought spring was here and I was all excited, and all of a sudden it's freezing again. Outside shaking. We're actually going to be going over some business information. I'm not your speaker. My name is Zach Green, though, and I have the privilege of introducing our speaker, Lewis Myers. Lewis and his wife, Holly, have been building business in the Greenville area now for about 5 years, but they've been in our industry for 7 years, actually, this month. And they've developed a very, very, very strong side income. Now, when I say side income, some guys are like, oh, that's an extra $500 a month. Try like a little bit closer to $5,000 a month, right, on the side. So that's pretty cool, just to have an extra $4 to $5 grand a month coming in on the side. And still working jobs. So that's pretty cool. It just gives you options. And so I'm excited for you guys to hear from Lewis. He's not going to be talking tonight from a perspective of, I think this may work because I read it in a book one time, but I know this will work if you apply the principles that he's applied, because he's done it and it's worked for a lot of other people. So if you would help me welcome my good friend, Lewis Myers.
All right, guys, how's everybody doing tonight? Awesome. My name is Lewis. I'm 6'7", and I don't play basketball. Heather's mom. Faith, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
It is good to see you. That is awesome. So good to see you tonight. Everybody that's in the room, this is family. So welcome to our family. And tonight, we're just going to be going through some information about creating extra income. We're going to talk about money tonight, if everybody's cool with that. Everybody good with that? Is that why everybody's here?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Let me tell you a little bit where I'm from. I'm from Wisconsin. Anybody from the Midwest?
Woo!
I grew up on a small farm, and we raised like chickens and rabbits and goats and sheep. And I was the only boy in my family. I had 2 older sisters. And I worked on cars growing up, and that was just kind of my life. I was cold all the time because of Wisconsin, right? And my high school was, my graduating class in high school was me and another kid named Nathan. So that was my growing up years. Everything was really, really small. Everything was small except me. My clothes were small, the cars were small, my house was small, but I was always big. And so that was my life. What brought me down to the South is about 9 years ago. I came down to a really small Bible college called Ambassador. I studied youth ministry for a couple of years, met my bombshell wife. Holly, could you wait really quick? Okay, there's Holly. And she looked super, super sweet, but she was a really, 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 really hard catch. It took me like 8 months of constant pursuit. And we finally made it though, hit the grand slam, and now we've been married in just the 17th of this month, wrapped up 9 years.
Woo!
9 years. We were both 21, hair on fire, just ready to do something. We were both really ready to get out of our parents' house, I guess. And we got married, and then I moved. I started working with this business team when I was 24. I was working at a retail store selling shoes, and I was also working as a youth pastor part-time. And then about 4 years ago, most of our business started developing up and down the East Coast. Florida, Atlanta, Greenville, now Charleston, and so we moved to Greenville about 4 years ago and have absolutely loved it. How many of you are actually born and raised in Greenville? Is there anybody originally from here? There's like 7 of you. That is crazy. That is so crazy. We were talking about, because I've been doing some business in Charleston, and Charleston is still very chill, but Greenville's gotten super professional. And so it's like, you know, everyone's really clean cut. You have the engineer culture here, you've got the banking culture here. And, but I'd say within our industry, it's been absolutely a hot market. So we're just having a blast. But let me get a couple of your names, if that's cool. And we're gonna have some fun tonight. But what's your name? Thomas. My name is Lewis. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. And it's Chevy, right?
Yes.
Love it, man. Love it. And what's your name?
Lauren.
Lauren. My name is Lewis. Nice to meet you. And what's your name?
Johnny.
Johnny. Lewis.
Nice to meet
Good to meet you, man. Good to meet you.
Zach.
Zach. I can remember that. The guy that was just up here, his name is Zach. One of my best friends. We started in business together within the first month of starting business. And it's been a fun ride ever since. Like he said, it's been about 7 years, and we met each other in college together. We were freshman roommates, and just crazy guys. That's all I can say, crazy guys. How many of y'all were crazy in college? So many people lying tonight. So many people lying. All right, well, I'm talking to all the honest ones then, okay? I had fun in school, and let me tell you something. The school I went to was a Bible college with more rules than a prison, all right? So having fun, you had to be tricky. So even before you started to have fun, you were sinning. Because you were lying on where you were going, you were lying about how you were getting back, you were lying about where you were going, and before you even walked out of the door, you were making it to heaven. I had an absolute blast. It was cool, it was depressing, and I think I loved it. But life is good, and when I started working within our industry, it was really just to put myself in a position to create some additional income. When I was first introduced, I was in economics class, and it was during like the 2008 period where the economy had tanked. How many of you remember what happened in 2008 or were affected by 2008? Is there anybody that remembers it, much of it? For most people that are like 30 and below, I have found that most of us weren't affected by it because we were in college, and most of our parents are pretty hardcore, like the baby boomer parents are pretty hardcore, and they just worked through it. You know, they lost half of their 401k, or they had lost half of their retirement, or they got fired from their job, but they just made it happen. And I think that for most of us, we've had parents that have worked super, super hard for us to have pretty phenomenal lives. Would that be safe to say?
Yes.
My dad was a pain in the butt, but he taught me discipline and hard work, and I could, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really thankful I have it today. But there was a couple things while growing up that I knew that I didn't want. All right, Thomas, one of the things I knew I didn't want is I didn't want the traditional retirement option. All right, this is just my story. I hope you guys can bear with me. You'll be out by 8:45, okay? But I had the traditional income option, which was for somebody for 50 or 60 hours a week, and then hopefully have enough money in a 401k or in a retirement option to retire at 65. Like, I knew I didn't want that. Let me ask you this again, because I think we asked once and y'all lied. How many of you guys like to have fun? Okay, yeah, I would prefer to have fun now than when I'm 65 years old. I hear the slopes are different at 65. You know, they don't have wheelchair lifts on the slopes, okay? And I knew that, and here's one of the things I started to learn. When I was in economics class, they always talk about diversification, right? And they said you never want to put all your eggs in one basket. And what they were talking about is the income that's coming into your household, like the money that you're making, make sure that it's split up. I was not in a position where I even had the extra to diversify. Does that make sense? And in the economy in which we live in today, most people don't start having extra until they're 40 years old. Well, that is not enough time to get $2 million in the bank so that you can have a good retirement at 65 years old. And so when it came to the whole system that I was taught by my parents, it worked during their day and age, right? How many of you have parents that maybe have been within a career for 40 years or 30 years? Maybe they retired, got the gold watch, had a cake, and boom, they're out, right? That is not existent nowadays. Now, it might be existent, but here's another problem. None of us want to actually do that. None of us can imagine looking at that carpet wall every day for 8 hours, 5 days a week, for 40 years. I do this. If I can be free and live a halfway comfortable life, sign me up for that. But I would hate to be loaded and have no freedom or have no time. And so the reason why any of you guys are here is just because you're looking to put yourself in a position to have more options in life. It's not that you don't like your job, maybe some of you don't, but it's not that you don't like your job. It's not that you're in a position where you're broke. You're just in a position where more would help. And for some people, it's just an extra $300, and then for other people, it's an extra $3,000. And another real thing that we have nowadays, too, guys, is student loans, right? You know, that like good kind of debt. Your professor's like, listen, man, you know, I know you're getting a lot of debt from this, but it's good debt. This will start establishing your credit. Thomas, here's the only reason why you have to establish your credit. So that you can get more debt. This whole game is rigged. And it's rigged against the person that's in debt. Because the more you're in debt, somebody is making money off of your what? Interest. Somebody's making money off of your interest. And I wanted to get out of the game of paying somebody else my interest, and I wanted to get interest working in my favor. One of the most powerful things we have is compound. Right? Compound interest. But for most of us, it works against us. Because when we look at 6%, we're like, how awesome would it be? Let me ask you. Look at your student loan debt. Look at 6% of that student loan debt. And what if that was 6% coming into your bank account instead of being taxed or added to your debt?
Mm-hmm.
Would somebody be hyped?
Yeah.
I worked with a young lady, Zach actually worked with a young lady last week. She has $90,000 in student loan debt. Her student loan debt a month, or student loan payment a month, Chevy, is $1,000.
And she's 30.
And she's 30. Now let me ask you a question. If she just paid the $1,000 a month to get rid of that $90,000 in student loan debt, how long would it take her? What? 10 years. $1,000, $9,000. So for the next 10 years, every month, she pays out $1,000. And here's the thing, guys. I'm right there with you. It's not like we all understand this. I better be careful. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. So, I'm not super smart, bro. Honestly, I am a farm kid that just has really good coaches in his life. In school, my highest GPA was a 1.75. Ever. That was my highest GPA. Your GPA was higher than that, right? Absolutely. You look like it was. All right? So even if it wasn't, you can say it was, and I'll totally believe you. Right? What school do you go to now or graduate from?
I just graduated from North Greenville University.
Congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome. Linwood Hagen's here, and I know I've been talking a lot about school, and I'm not one to like bash school because I'm not smart, right? So of course I hate college. But there are real life problems that come with it. And the unfortunate thing is that when you graduated, there was thousands and thousands. Think of just your graduating class and how many people graduated just from your graduating class. And now add that to every college in the nation. And Greenville University is a small school. Compare like Clemson or USC or something like that. And all of those people flood the market all at once. Every single year, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people flooding the market trying to get the same job that you're trying to get. And so then all of a sudden, you're in this battle trying to find out, I've got to have the perfect resume. I've got to get in and have the perfect suit. I've got to have the perfect tie. And then you find yourself playing this game where you're not even yourself anymore. You're just trying to fit into the system so you can get the job, so you can pay the student loans, so you can pay bills, to not have a life. Awesome! I wish somebody would have told you that, told me that before I got signed up and all this stuff. And so it's really just a big game. So what I was trying to find out was, how could I create additional cash flow that wasn't going to be dependent on me being somebody that I wasn't? How was I going to create additional cash flow where I didn't have to fight Jess for the next position? How could I put myself in a position that my cash flow was based on it being a win-win process, and somebody didn't have to either get fired or laid off for me to get the next position? How could I be in a position that my family was winning and Lewis was winning without having to be a suck-up? I mean, how many of you guys hate suck-ups? The brown nosers. But how many of you are being one right now to get the next position? Somebody hates you. And here's reality. Most people, if they're really honest with themselves, hate themselves. They don't like where they're at right now. At 24 years old, Lewis did not like where Lewis was at. But Lewis also understood that if Lewis got himself there, Lewis could get himself out of it. All I needed was the vehicle. And so tonight, really, we just want to focus on why you're here tonight. We're going to talk about the money, but it just boils down to, what does extra money do for you? For some people, again, we talk about student loans. For other people, it pays for better vacations. Did you know that the ocean isn't actually brown everywhere? There's some places where the ocean is actually blue. And you can see your feet. Right? Did you also know that not all hotels have springy beds? Not all hotel beds have holes in them. All right? But the only thing that keeps any one of us from those things is more money, right? And that's what I was interested in doing, was just making more money. I got sick of pursuing titles really, really fast. I got really sick of trying to make everybody like me super, super fast. I got really sick of hanging out with people on Friday night that I didn't even like, just because it's what I was supposed to do super, super fast. I got sick of paying for the bill when I didn't even have the money, just so that everybody thought I was rolling it down. I got sick of that super, super fast. And I said, I'm gonna stop playing rich, and I'm gonna find a way to get rich. And that was really my goal. And, because money really does make the world go round, and it makes life a lot better. So one of the industries we're partnered with is called LTD. LTD is the education program that teaches us how to be a success within our industry. Our business grows most successfully when an individual has more of an entrepreneurial mindset or an independent mindset. What's awesome about our generation is that we all have that. The thing is that none of us get taught how to use it. We are only taught how to do one thing, and that is to get good grades so that we can go and work for somebody else. But it goes against every fiber of our being. How many of you guys watch YouTubers? How many of you guys watch YouTube? All right? How many of you aspire? You'd be like, dude, if I could be a full-time YouTuber, that would be awesome. How many of you love that? Right? Because when we look at their life, they play. It's either they're playing video games, or they're playing travel, or they're doing vlogs, and they're doing all this stuff, and they're constantly just living the life that they want. They put it up on a screen, and they get paid millions of dollars to do it. But nobody has taught us how to run a YouTube channel. Yet there's millions and millions and millions of dollars being made in YouTube today. How many of you guys would love to be able to tap into the Amazon market? Think about all the volume that runs through a traditional Amazon. All right, who's the CEO of Amazon?
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos. They're starting to get drones out there. I mean, all sorts of stuff. It's crazy. How many of you guys would like to get the percentage of traffic that runs through a traditional Amazon business today? Just a sliver of it. I absolutely would love to get a sliver of the traffic that runs online. Most of our day and age today is done online. Think about your social networks today. How many of you guys have a Facebook? Or a prayer request page? Or Or GoFundMe, yeah. Or depressed. Here's what every college student needs to do is set up a GoFundMe.
Where are they gonna go?
Be like, I was lied, I want my money back, I'm broke. Okay? Somebody is making money off of the networks they're all establishing and developing. Is Twitter making money off of your Twitter page, yes or no? Absolutely. Is Facebook making money off of your network, yes or no? And every time you reconnect with somebody, what's your name?
Eric.
Eric Lewis, good to meet you, Eric. And every time we reconnect with somebody, or anytime we go and we have friends with somebody, and every time we scroll through it and cry, play the video one more time, all right? Or every time we do a thumbs down, somebody is making money off of that. It's a young kid named Mark Zuckerberg who wears jeans and a hoodie every single day. And he was the youngest self-made billionaire off of our networks, off of us being entertained. Again, I wasn't looking for more options to be entertained. I was looking for options to make money in my life. And so when everything started transitioning online, this all made sense to me. Because that's where my life was being spent. And if there was a way for me to be able to start tapping into it, that's what I wanted to do. I worked in a retail store. How many are familiar with Coach? I'm sure you're familiar with Coach. Look at the Coach lady. No? You're not a Coach lady. Okay. Gucci? No? You're not high maintenance. That's pretty awesome. That's awesome. Now you guys dated? Okay. You did it right. I mean, that's awesome. Come to think of it, you don't even need to be here. You could live broke your whole life and you'd be perfectly content with living in a shoebox. All right. So I used to work for Coach. I did it for like 3 years. I was a manager for Coach, and I sold purses, right? And it didn't matter. I was always, you know, you're stuck at like a position. Anybody have like a title right now? Anybody work a job? Okay. All right, awesome. So everybody works a job. They have a title. So it didn't matter how much I made that corporation. I was only going to make this amount of money, right? Now they had like year-end bonuses or like monthly bonuses, but they were cents. 0.00000 cents on the profit that was actually being made in that store that month. Make sense? And I just wanted to put myself in a position where I was making income that was not going to be based on me merely walking in somewhere, clocking in and clocking out. The biggest thing that Coach has figured out how to do is start up multiple stores. What does that do? It makes time no longer the equation. Chick-fil-A has figured out that, hey, you know what? If we have more stores than just one in Georgia, we'll move more chicken. And they figured this out. If I started a sock store, my number one priority would be to get one sock store established and then to set up a whole bunch more sock stores. Why? Because I'm no longer the secret to my income earning. And for many people, they never learn how to get themselves out of the quadrant of their income earning, Thomas. Most people only go in and they've got one stream, boom. One stream, boom. One stream, boom. Problem is that stream goes away, you're back at square one. And there's nothing worse than having to start over. Because it's frustrating that you put all this work in to get the first thing, and then they let you go for some stupid reason, or the corporation gets liquidated, or it gets bought out, and then you're gone, and having to start the process all over. We work with a corporation called the Amway Corporation. It's a 55-year-old industry. It's an $11 billion industry. It's really big. And they provide Nike, Best Buy, Best Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods. They provide massive partnerships that every single one of us purchase through. How many of you ever bought anything from Best Buy? All right, very cool. We all have. We'll get more into this in just a moment. Here's what's awesome about being partnered with this corporation. They're not my boss. They don't run my life. They don't call me and say, okay, so how much volume do you move today? I don't have anywhere to clock in or clock out, but they provide a partnership for me that when I make traditional everyday purchases or when I drive traffic through their portal to Best Buy, I get paid off of that. It's as simple as our industry works. You have the Office Depot. Anybody ever been to Office Depot before? Mm-hmm. I got a whole bunch of stuff printed the other day from Office Depot, tech stuff. Ugh. But why can't your printers not be working today? Then what I did is because with me having a partnership with Office Depot, I was able to swipe my membership card and I'll get cents back on my purchase that I made that day. All right, we'll get more into that in just a moment. But here, let's go ahead and learn a little bit more about the industry, and then we'll get into the numbers. They sponsored USA Today Coaches Poll. They do all this marketing for us as well. So they sponsored the USA Today Coaches Poll. It gave us 2.8 billion impressions during the college football season. 2.8 billion impressions during the college season. That is huge marketing for us that I don't have to pay for. Because this is how this industry wins. If I win, this industry wins. If I lose, that industry loses. They don't have storefronts. They don't have any other way that volume and traffic is moved except through us as business owners. All right? Here's a quick video going into a little bit about the corporation.
What is Amway? It involves over 450 exclusive products, but it's not a store. It provides a way for people to earn extra income, but it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. And millions of people are working with Amway, but it's definitely not a 9-to-5 job. Amway provides an opportunity, and that's what the direct selling industry is all about. It's a $166 billion industry that has nearly 17 million people in North America involved. Amway is one of the most successful direct selling organizations of all time. It was started back in 1959, and since its founding, Amway has always been about personal connections. This is Emma. For the cost of a night out with friends, she recently started an Amway business. She's joining a network of entrepreneurs who have discovered the freedom and flexibility that comes with being your own boss. Amway independent business owners have the opportunity to sell exclusive, high-quality products that customers need and use every day, and they get to do it on their own terms. Emma can work wherever or whenever she wants, in the mornings, on the weekends, from her kitchen, or outside. Sure, starting a business takes work, but it's also a convenient way to earn extra income while working around any schedule. And though Emma works for herself, Amway independent business owners are never working by themselves. As their business grows, so does their team. From the start, they're a part of a support network that's available to share advice and offer mentorship, because there's enough opportunity to go around. We are Amway.
$166 billion industry within a direct sales industry. Direct sales are what would also be considered multi-level marketing businesses. The Amway Corporation is under that umbrella. And there's thousands of them out there. What was your name again? Zach. I wasn't supposed to forget that one. Zach. There's thousands of them out there. Some are good, some are not so good. When I first got in, I wasn't really sure if I got in a good one, to be honest with you. All right? I had never been introduced to an MLM before, but it would seem that everybody in Greenville has. There you go. So the corporation, in relation to all the other industries, is ranked number one. So I'm kind of glad I lucked into Amway, if that makes sense. But also, when I talked about the $166 billion industry, I didn't need the whole pie. If it's $166 billion and it's a pie, how much of a sliver do you want?
Average size.
Dude, give me 1%. Okay, 1% would be nice, all right. Just a small sliver. I don't need all of it. I just need a small sliver. When my wife and I got started in business, starting an Amway business cost $180. What was your name again?
Harry.
Got it. All I could think when I looked at you was high GPA, sharp, North Greenville. Okay, Eric. I like Eric. Louis, you like Eric. Okay. Oh, dude, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Startup.
Yeah, so when we got started in business, here we go. So the $180 doesn't go to anybody that invited you out tonight, Thomas. That goes straight to the corporation. That sets you up with your website. They send you about $250 worth of products and services to get your business up and running. They set you up with $1 million insurance policy on your business, and then they take care of all the stuff that the government so now views you as a traditional business. This year, I will be writing off all my mileage and my taxes for 54 cents a mile. Anything that I bought for my business will be a tax write-off. Part of my cell phone bill will be a tax write-off. Part of my house electricity and rent and all that kind of jazz will be a tax write-off for me because I'm viewed as a traditional business. And then we spend $60 a year to keep our business up and running. Nothing about our money, nothing about our business, income is made off of recruiting. It's strictly off of moving volume and making traffic, all right? So let's go into that a little bit. Let's talk about the compensation plan here, or a blank page, or the other. This is our business here. This is where Holly and I are at, all right? So here's a beautiful picture. This is where we run all of our traffic. Our business is online, and so all of our customers go online, order their stuff, it's shipped to their house. I don't touch product, I don't touch money, but it creates points, which is how we get paid. We'll get into that in just a second. So we all talked about these corporations, correct? We all shop with these corporations. These corporations are all making money off of our buying habits, Zach. What Amway provided for Lewis was an opportunity to be able to get a sliver of the traffic that was already being run to those corporations. That's it. And as my traffic increased, the amount of money that I made increased. And there got to a point where it doesn't matter if Lewis is at a ball game, if Lewis is playing volleyball, if Lewis is swimming, if Lewis is with his wife, if Lewis is on vacation, if Lewis is with family, where the volume is increasing, whether I'm actively increasing my volume or not. And every single coherent human being on the planet should want to figure out a way to create income not based only on their efforts. Now that's normal to you. That is all normal to you, that the only way, the traditional way, the right way to make money is blood, sweat, and tears. And some of you are tearing up because you don't make jack. And that's the only right way, because that's the only way we've been taught our entire life. Let me ask you a question. Most of the time when a child is raised by an entrepreneur, what does that child become? An entrepreneur. But how many of us are not raised by entrepreneurs? My dad has been a truck driver now for like 36 years. I knew nothing about entrepreneurship. All I knew was that my dad was gone 70 hours a week. That's all I knew. And when we did hang out, we were working. That's all I knew. But here's something I did know, Thomas. I sure as heck wasn't going to do that my whole life. I just needed a vehicle. The problem was, whether Lewis believes in himself or not, it was just finding the right vehicle. And for most people, it's twofold. You struggle with personal belief in yourself on whether you can really survive on your own, and finding the right vehicle. And you're like, no man, I'm the man. Listen, just because you can beat everybody and put shots down, doesn't mean that you feel like you have the personal confidence to be able to live off of your own sweat and tears. Right? And we just help people do that. Lewis did come on here knowing how to build Amway. Lewis knew nothing about Amway, Zach. Knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about communicating. I knew nothing about business ownership. I knew nothing about helping other people succeed. All I knew how to do was make enough to keep my electric bill on for that month. All I knew how to do was make enough. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Okay, let's go. I just get hyped. All right. So when Lewis buys toothpaste, points are added to it. All right, it's my original office. When I buy my hair product, points are added. When I buy shampoo, points are added. When I buy detergent, points are added. When I buy dish drops for my sink, points are added. When I buy makeup, good Lord, there's a lot of points go up. When I buy my skincare, points go up. Whenever we buy electronics around the house, points go up. Anytime, I don't know, okay, whatever. So what we did is that Holly and I started transitioning our personal use. All of us showered today, I think. Eric may have showered 2 or 3 times. Very clean, all right? But all of us showered today. All of us had product that we bought from either Dollar General, Walmart, or another store, correct? Somebody made a profit off of your soap. Like it or not, somebody's yacht was refueled because of your purchases this month. Mm-hmm. Period. And you can, Lewis, I don't like you. That's okay. But somebody's living better today because you bought soap. Mm-hmm. Lewis and Holly live better today because we buy soap. All right? So we just transitioned our personal use. It's going to create 100 points. You're going to have 50 points in customer. And it's going to make you about $122. All right? So it's not a ton of money. It'll pay your Sprint bill, and it'll pay half of your Verizon bill. all right? And then the third thing that we do is we teach people how to extend and network. Let me ask you a quick question. How many of you are a part of a system? By golly, I'm not a part of no system. I love that, dude. I con people in this all the time, Zach. So if you work a job, you're a part of a system. And there's somebody that started that system. There is an owner that started that system at some time. And then he said, you know what, I'm gonna need people to build this system, to keep this system running, Thomas. And then he started this umbrella effect, okay? Where he brought some key people in there. These are key people, like this is go-to guys, all right? It's not Eric, quite yet, but it's some key people. And then those key people have some key people. And then those key people have some key people, and the pool just gets larger and larger and larger. And for most people, we get pulled into what's called entry level, right? That just means there's 30,000 other fish fighting for the next position. It's salmon running up a river, all right? And the river just gets narrower and narrower and narrower and narrower the higher you go. Within our industry, we help people grow and develop systems, but every single person, what's your name again? Lauren. I knew it was Lauren. But every single person that works with us, Lauren, Lewis included, when Lewis got partnered with the team, Lewis became his own CEO. Lewis can make $0 in our industry. Lewis can make a lot of dollars in our industry. The only variable, Lauren, is if Lewis was going to apply the techniques to this business consistently enough to where it started paying me a profit. Most people in direct selling industry and in the MLM industry never make a dime. Lots of them spend a lot of money into businesses like this and they never make any money, Eric. Tom's like, shucks, man, can I leave now? But here's what's awesome. You're sitting in a room with a bunch of people that do make money with our industry. Now, has there been people on my team that didn't apply the principles or weren't coachable or didn't work it and made $0, Zach? Absolutely. And there was a lot of them. And I could have been one of those people too. But I think of it like a gym membership. You must go to the gym too, Eric. No! God, he's got the naturally sexy bod too! Oh my God! God! Alright, awesome. Like a shirt can fake it so long, but Eric's got the real deal. Alright? So, unless he's got some sort of suit on. But dude, and I forgot what I was gonna say again. Okay, so like the gym. Alright, so we all have memberships. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna totally get you all again, okay? How many of you guys have a gym membership? Okay? Oh, there's a lot of people. How many of you use that gym every single day? Okay, wow. Yeah, that got cut down tremendously. There's a lot of people that buy into the gym, but if you don't work it, you're not gonna have the benefits of it. You work the gym, correct? Your shirt can barely contain it. It's apparent to everyone. Okay. You're not that bad, but I do gotta say, you look good in your shirt. This is not related. But when a guy walks in and his shirt is stretching, son, I mean, the seams are stretching. Go up 2 more sizes. Just go 2 more sizes. Everybody will know your cut. You're like Eric. You know, don't even work out. Nice shirt, and you look good. Right? So, Zach, you're tough. You're ripped, but I can see it. It's okay. Your shirt can be flexible. It's all right. And then what's even bad, what's even worse, you probably see these, are the guys that walk in with like, they're really like the scared shirts, but there's nothing. Yeah, that's rough. Don't do that either. Because then it just accentuates the nothingness. All right? Lewis has nothing. Lewis is smart. I don't accentuate that. All right? Try not to. Now I accentuate my hair because I got good hair. All right? No, it's okay. So, our industry, we help other people make money within our business, and that's how we all make money. Just like Amway doesn't succeed without me, Lauren, I don't succeed without developing business and helping other people succeed. We are all tied together. Now at my job, whether I was there or not, they were going to succeed with or without me, right? Because I was just replaceable. Within our business, this is a complete volunteer group of people. I don't own a single one of these people. They could come and go as they please, which means I have to establish and build good business. I have to treat people right. There's no way you get a guy named Zach to hang out with me if I'm mistreating him and taking advantage of him. They'd be impossible. There's other people in here that have been with me for 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. Somehow, we all have to be winning, or there'd be no investment, there'd be no reason for them to stick around. All right? So let's say, Lauren, here's Lauren. She starts establishing her team. Now, with your huge network, Lauren, would you say that there's probably 6 that would be looking at a way to create additional income?
What you said,
That's okay, I'm sorry.
coughing.
I feel you. I feel you. And I talk super fast. Thanks, Zach. So yeah, so 6 people are looking for ways to make additional income. I like it, okay. Here's what we do, we ask people a simple question. Eric, were you asked a simple question? If you're looking for a way to make additional income? Yeah. Thomas, were you asked a simple question? If you're looking for a way to make additional income? Absolutely. Chevy, asked a simple question. Zach, were you asked a simple question? Awesome. Same with me. I was working at a shoe store. Beep. Checked the guy out. He said, "You're looking for a way to make additional income." And I was like, yes. If you would have said no, you wouldn't be here tonight. Promise you. All right, so I said yes. So we started developing business and growing business. So Lauren here, your volume is beginning to increase, Lauren. You now have 1,000 PV running through your business and you're making an extra $350 a month. That made a huge difference in my life when I first got started in business. How many of you own a pair of Yeezys? Ah, you got a pair. He's like, what?
What is that?
What does that mean?
What is that?
West.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm all about being behind. Like, I'm the old man here, but all right. How many of you know that Drake is broke? Drake? I mean, not Drake. Kanye's broke. And who was it that supposedly got cheated out of the Grammy?
Taylor Swift.
Kanye, it was Kanye. Kanye got cheated. Alright, so let's say each of these people start establishing business as well, Laura. So whether you're at work or you're at school, they're gonna be building business also, okay? So each of them, let's say they just put 4 people in business, you now have 30 people in your organization. This is increasing your volume. All their volume is being increased, your volume is being increased as well, you're not 4,000 PV, and you're making about $1,700 a month. That's coming in month in and month out. An extra $1,700 a month is huge. That's great money, right? Each of the 4, put 2 in business, you now have 80 people within your organization, you're at the top of the income bracket there, and you're making about $4,000 a month. We get paid on the 15th of every month. Let me ask you a question. If either the last 15th, because we're only on the 23rd, but if on the 15th, an extra $4,000 was dropped into your bank account, would the rest of this month look a little different for you, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, okay? It would look tremendously different, right? You probably wouldn't, for some of you guys, you wouldn't be sleeping on the couch, okay? She would be happier with you with an extra $4,000 a month, okay? The girl that keeps saying no, if you're like, listen, here's all you gotta say, Eric, here's all you gotta say, this is the greatest pickup line ever, okay? Babe, I have an extra, here's how you do it. I have a residual. I'm going $4,000 a month that's put in my bank account 15th of every month. Does that sound attractive to her? Absolutely. Does that sound attractive? I see that. That's true. They know what residual means. Very good point. Okay. And then what you gotta say is, I'll explain it to you, but it's gonna have to be over dinner. Alright? And you wonder how I got married. Alright, so you go platinum. Okay, so that level of business is called platinum. I don't know where they come up with the names, but they've been working for 55 years. So you got platinum business, and then let's say there's 3 people in your life or in your organization that decide to go platinum as well. These people are not forced to go platinum, these people choose to go platinum. Not everybody in my organization is going to choose to go platinum. Some people only want to make an extra $500 a month, Chevy. And it's not up to me to be like, no, you need to make more than that. No, you will make more than that. Because that doesn't create lasting relationships. That doesn't create a thriving culture. Now, for some of you, how many of your sales goals change every month? You reach it, and then they demand more out of you.
Yeah.
What a bunch of thugs. And then when they do, I want more out of you. Oh, and also what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the compensation plan.
Yes.
The corporation only adds more money to the business. More money to the business. We showed 40 to 60,000. It's now at 60 to 70 to $75,000 a year at the platinum business. And it just continues to grow from there. There was a time that when you went platinum in our industry, you made $20,000 a year going platinum. So you go emerald, and you're making about an extra $100,000 a year. Let's say 6 people in your organization go platinum, they're looking to make an extra $50,000 to $70,000 a year, Zach. You're not considered a diamond, and you're making $250,000 a year. Eric, it doesn't matter where you come in within this business, you can build it as big or as small as you want. When I got in business, it was 7 years ago. The Amway Corporation had already been around for a long time, right? I wouldn't really consider Amway entry level anymore. Most people said, well, that business is already saturated. Look around you. Saturation, as long as people are having love and making children, saturation's impossible. If saturation were true, colleges would be closed. Because the first, we graduated everybody, close the doors. Isn't there any more kids coming? And so when I got into business, it was groundbreaking for me. It was groundbreaking for me. And anyone else that decides to build a business like this, you have to think it's groundbreaking for you, Zach. This is the first time I've ever been in a business like this. So, I can do it. And oh man, it's just fun. It's just fun. Here's a quick video talking about the stats of the corporation, then we're done. From last year. Imagine what the opportunity could do for you if you took it, you were coachable, and you worked it. What options does it fill for you? Does it just make a little bit extra, Thomas, to be able to help go towards student loans if you have any? Or does it maybe become something a little bit larger? something that could supplement a full-time job income. I learned early on that what it takes to retire isn't age, it's income. Age is totally just a number. I was listening to this lady speak to a financial advisor in Panera. Yes, I was eavesdropping. I'm sorry. And she just kept talking about how she doesn't have the money now. She was a little bit of an older lady, probably in her 40s, doesn't have the money now, but she's like, she just kept referring back to when I turned 65 and I retire. When I turn 65 and I retire. When I turn 65 and I retire. And I said, yeah, right, if you make it 65, correct. But I just kept thinking, does she even understand how much money she has to have in the bank to live off of $50,000 a year to be able to live 20 years after she retires?
Yep.
You have to have about $2 million in the bank to live off of only $50,000 a year, a fixed income. And let me ask you a question. Have chips gotten cheaper or more expensive?
More expensive.
More expensive. Has meat gotten cheaper or more expensive?
More expensive.
More expensive. And this lady, in the next 20 years, she may need to have $3 million in the bank to live a 50-year income lifestyle for the next 20 years of her life. And I said, this poor lady is trying to map out retirement in a system that is broken. It does not work the same way anymore. And Thomas, if you don't at a young age begin to think outside of the box and start thinking about ways to create additional revenue streams for yourself, when you turn 40 and you're still playing the old game, you are losing time to fix the inevitable. And if you're 30 right now, you still have even more limited time. You better start thinking outside of the box now. If you're in your 20s, you just lost 20 years of your life to potentially do something to get outside of the box to beat the system. Because I'll promise you this, it doesn't matter how pretty you are, it doesn't matter how cute you are, it doesn't matter how big your muscles are, it doesn't matter how perfect you as an individual is, if you're still playing the old game when it comes to money, you are going to be screwed. Period. And it's not because Lewis is a genius, it's because Lewis has eyeballs. And that's it. You don't even have to be smart. But there's a lot of very, very educated, smart people out there. Here's what I find interesting. Most of the most wealthy people in the world barely graduated high school.
Yep.
That should tell you something. One person thinks outside of the system, the others think inside of the system. One person's rich and the other isn't. So, you guys are awesome. Don't kill anyone on the way out. Let me say hi before you leave. You guys have a wonderful night. Thanks so much.
I'll
Yeah.
Hey guys, we'll be getting started with our training here in just a few minutes, so if you guys want to hang out, if you're first time, you can go ahead and log off. Don't worry about hanging on if you're the first time. Is that all you can see? Can you see me now? So if it's your first time here watching, congratulations for logging on. You can go ahead and log off, but you guys down in Charleston, you guys can stay on for training. We'll get started here in about 5 minutes.
Business builder and host.
Your hands clean?
You know.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just yeah, I'll see if I can just make a separate bag or something. Just throw them in there. And yeah, that's fine. I'll just text you and have a bag full, and you come by my house again. So I got a lot to think about on Tuesday, so I don't want to have to think about trying to bring it. But yeah, that'll work.
Guy in Charlotte sounded looked great.
Perfect.
He could only watch a few minutes of it because he had to get back to study, but he said he's going to watch the rest all night. I guess you'll archive it or something?
If I do, yeah. I'm trying to, we're trying to decide if we are or not. I probably will, and then we'll just delete them like a day later or something. But yeah, I'll probably just save it on there. So, what's up, man?
Thank you. I figured it was about time.
son.
I figured it was about time I actually started dressing.
Love it, dude. Good stuff, man. How you doing?
Doing all right. Guess I didn't show, huh?
I didn't see him. No.
That's all right.
I don't know. Did he say he was going to be here?
Yeah, he said he was going to be here. It's possible. I know his car's a little bit. That's the fitness tracker for my job.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. It's like 130.
Right here, right?
Yeah, it goes right. On your sternum, on your chest. It's got $130 piece of equipment I get for it. Yeah, it's my phone. My iPhone, and they've got it's perfect.
That's really cool. How are you? Oh, hey, dude. I remember working for crazy in Charlotte. Mine is freedom. Mine is just mine is freedom. Mine is Okay, see you tomorrow. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not gonna be able to change. Nah, you're good. Yeah, don't worry about it. You're good.
Hey, Zach, a question about should I reach out to me? I just
Just say, hey, bro. Say, staying in bowling. I may have missed you. Sorry if I did. I'm just find out. Then it'll be like, wow, it's packed.
Are we staying on? Okay, cool.
Jeez, please, when you get up.
John, what's the internet code?
What is it? What do I click here? What's up, Scott?
Yeah, man, totally.
Well, I'm glad you made it in.
Yes, sir.
What is up, team?
You'll see it on YouTube in like 15 seconds. It's back. 15 minutes.
How's everybody doing tonight? Awesome. It was a great night. The video says it has to download, Nicole, so who knows how long that's going to take. It's a slideshow.
Wait, what?
It's got to download on my computer, I guess.
Take too long.
So tonight was awesome. How many guests do we have in the room? Do y'all know?
More than 5.
Anybody know? It was a good many guests, and I know we had, so if you guys don't know, we changed our streaming to YouTube. Alright? So, no more views. If you had views guests tonight, sorry, they did not see anything. Alright? So, views was just giving us way too many problems. YouTube is obviously the biggest video platform in the entire world, so they've got it figured out, okay?
10 guests in the room.
10 guests in the room. Charleston, so Josh came up here for the team meeting. You guys had such an impact on him. He decided, you remember he asked the question to me, what about if I had everybody over to my house and have a watch party? He and his wife, and they had several guests down there in Charleston, so we're already starting an info session in Charleston. He's just gonna have everybody over to his house on Tuesday nights until it gets so big that they have to rent a hotel room, and then they're just gonna stream it up on a projector just like this, right? And so I see this thing going all over the nation. Dream Team Greenville will soon be Dream Team everywhere. So, what we're doing now with the streaming, just so you guys have a heads up, is 15 minutes before the meeting starts, I start the live stream. I post that link to our GroupMe communication page, all right? And from there, you have to email that link to them if they're watching it on a computer, which I highly suggest that they do, or you can text it to them if they're going to watch it on their phone, but they're going to need to be connected to Wi-Fi, all right? But everything is working flawlessly with that. Tonight was the first time Charleston said they saw it, heard it great, so that's what we're going to be using from now on. There is another thing. Now, we don't have the microphone. Obviously, Lewis wasn't wearing the microphone. So, YouTube is picking up from my phone back there. It picks up sound very, very good. So laugh at all the jokes, clap when you want to clap. But as far as chatter in the room, which we really didn't have any tonight, but if you know, IBOs have been in business for 20 years, sitting in the back row, want to talk to their friend while the plan is going on, we can't have that because then it'll be picking up on the YouTube stream. All right.
So the one that farted
Yeah. You gotta cut that out. No fraudulence, fratulence, or whatever it's called. Nicole, if you wanna come up here and work on this, you can, but I do not think this video is gonna download on my computer. So Dropbox would probably be a better option. But anyway, you can click on it right here and just try to figure it out. So, but congratulations on all the growth in the room. Wesley and Katie, it's good to have you guys back. At a wedding or something. It's good to have John and Chelsea back. But this team is rocking. So if this is your first time staying for training, if you would stand up. First time staying for training, stand up. We just want to know your name. What's your name real quick?
Travis.
Travis. And who invited you?
Great.
Awesome, Fred. I haven't seen you before. I've seen you one time before, but I don't know if it was here. Was it here for training?
Yes.
What's your name?
Vivian.
Vivian. Awesome. And you're on Travis's team.
Yes.
Awesome. Welcome. And then Heather's mom is actually with us too. All right. As a registered IBO. 150 points thing. Well, I did it my first month, and then like for the next 6 months, I never hit that. She got registered and went like 2 hours at 165 PV.
That's how
Sold cream Lux to grandma. So grandma's gonna be in the club hitting on younger boys now. She's gonna look like she's, how old is grandma? Grandma's 85. Well, cream Lux makes your skin act and look up to 15 years younger. So grandma's gonna look 70 now, right? And I would be out at the club. She's gonna be talking to guys. She's gonna be talking to guys like 65, and he's gonna be like, "So how old are you, hottie?" And she's gonna be like, "I'm 85," and he's gonna be like, "I want whatever you're taking, right? I'll have whatever she's drinking." So, but that is good stuff. And so congratulations for getting your business started. We're excited for you. And just a lot of growth happening all over the board. So we're gonna do some recognition, and what we recognize are things that actually grow the business, okay? And so that is exposing the business plan, right? First of all, you actually have to have a list of people to expose the business plan to. So if you're brand new, you need to build that list really, really big. So Travis, brand new. Act like this. Act like I was giving you $100 for every name and number that you put down on a list that you're gonna give Fred. All right? That's actually your capital for business, and IBO, prospective IBOs start with a list. Right, Travis?
Yep.
Travis understands this, all right? So then what we do is we actually call the people and ask them a simple question. Hey, my name is Zach. I'm doing some business expansion. Are you looking for an opportunity to create some extra income? All right? If they say yes, then we actually show them the business plan via QI, direct invite to the open meeting, and that's basically called showing the plan. All right? So if you did at least 2 of those this week, not 2 phone calls, 2, hey, come to the open meeting, or sit down invites to the meeting. At least 2. Now you can do more, right? Travis, how many did you do last week? Like 7 or 8 or 9 or something like that, or 20 or 40 or something? So, all right, you can show as many as you want. Let me give you a small hint. The more you show, the better you'll get, and the faster your business will grow. Okay, so you business owners, employees will be like, oh, they said do 2, I'm just gonna do 2 and quit. A business owner's gonna say, they said do 2, can I do 20? Okay, I'm gonna do 20, or as many as I can, right? And so you can do more than that. And then the second thing that we do is if you actually had a guest out here, we recognize that. If you had a guest out here or on the YouTube. And then if you sponsored a new IBO on your team, okay? So if you showed at least 2 plans or 2 QIs, quality invites, if you had a guest in the room, or if you sponsored a new IBO, come on up here, we want to hear from you. All right, here we go. All right, sweet, here we go. Now what we need is your name, your sponsor, and which one of those things you did. All right, here we go.
David Nicole Hagen, sponsor of Saturday Beer Green, 2 Plus.
Awesome, good job.
Sponsored by David Nicole Hagen, and I had 3 guests.
Jess Edwards, sponsored by Mario Beth. See 2 Plus and 2 guests on one.
Awesome, good.
Zach Music Green, personally sponsored by Louis Myers, 2 Plus.
Maverick person sponsored by Jeremy Burns, 2 plus 3 guests.
Please take this sponsored by David Nicole Hagen.
And we had 2 plans guest who is a follow-up from a plan in Charlotte.
All right. And I'm Jeremy Burns, sponsored by my girlfriend Heather Christer and one guest. Awesome. Awesome.
Dr. Calhoun, sponsored by Alyssa. 5 show 5 1 guest.
Awesome.
Jim Hatt is sponsored by John Rosen Bar, 2+ guest pack second.
Alyssa Walker, present sponsored by Holly and Lewis and Myers, 2+ 1 guest. Heather Christer, personally sponsored by Zach, Asia, and Green. I have a new IBO. Holly and Tanner, personally sponsored by Zach, Andrew, and Green. I also have a new IBO.
Listen, guys, your business can change really, really fast, all right? So last month, Heather she was like 1,000 PV through one leg. Well, guess what? This month, she's gonna be at least that, probably 1,500 through 3 legs. So guess what that's gonna do? It's probably gonna triple or quadruple her income check from Amway.
Go ahead.
All right? David and Nicole from last month to this month doubled their Amway check.
Nice.
And a few months ago, when Lewis and Holly were going 7,500, Andrea and I's check doubled and has stayed pretty much doubled since then. And it happened in 1 month, right? Here's what employees think. I've done a week worth of work and I haven't made $1,000. This thing is stupid or this thing doesn't work. Here's what a business owner thinks. I'm gonna do the work for as long as I need to because I know eventually I'm gonna have exponential growth and it's just gonna take off, right? It's the slight edge thing. You can have 2 people for about 10 years making making different decisions. This one guy goes out every single night, he drinks about 5 to 6 drinks, he's smoking cigarettes, he's doing all this stuff, right? And just kind of letting his life just go wherever it's gonna go. But then you got another guy over here, and he's like, he's going to the gym all the time, and he's making healthy decisions, and he's doing all these things, right? Well, this guy's life and this guy's life are gonna look the same for a little while. But eventually, this guy, his health is gonna plummet. And it's gonna plummet fast. This guy's health is gonna slowly get better and better and better, and the gap between the two is gonna be huge in 5 to 10 years from now. It is the same way with business. When you are building a business, you cannot look at, I put in this amount of work, this is how much I wanna get paid from that, right? Because what Lewis and Holly have developed over the last 7 years, do you realize they just did in 7 years what it takes most people 50 years to accomplish? Actually, they've done more in 7 years than what a normal person will accomplish for 50 hours a week for 50 years. And you know what that is? That is a residual ongoing income of $70,000 or greater that will probably quadruple, more than quadruple in the next 3 years. Everybody was laughing at him. Why don't you just go get a career? Why don't you finish school? Are you going to go back to school? Guess what? 50 years of that maybe will get you $50,000 of residual income, and hopefully you won't die broke when you try to retire. Their life is going to be amazing, and there'll be no jobs in their 30s, and their income will continue to grow for the next 60 to 70 years. Not only that, they'll leave their kids, their grandkids, and their great-great-grandkids an income that is out of this world. From 7 years of effort. It's a different plan, people. Colleen's dad gives her the hardest time. You need to quit that. That thing is stupid. Blah, 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 blah. The dude is 56 years old, right?
55.
He's 55 years old and he still works 60 to 80 hours a week. And he can't buy laundry detergent from her because it's 50 cents more expensive than what's at Walmart. And he's got to spend his last $100 to buy beer and go to the Browns game.
Advice, sir.
If she listens to his advice, she'll be exactly where he's at when she's 55. Except for she may be rooting for a different team. This business, what this business offers is absolutely worth putting whatever you have to put into it to make it work. Trust me. Because if you don't build this, as Lewis said, you're gonna be screwed. All right, let's play this video. This was from our team meeting that Nicole put together. Nicole, thank you for making this slideshow. Can somebody hit the lights there? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. All right, here we go.
I feel like the sky is falling down. Ain't nobody here to play around. Push it to the edge, I won't back down. It's time to go on, go on. One way up, no way out. Give it all for the family. We stay up, no bailouts. Give it all for the family. Family, family. Papa 3, 2, I got one shot. You lose the love and respect is where the trust stop. New work, top drop. I roll a bang 15 minutes like a bus stop. And you can smell the sound smoking when I burn out. And you can measure my dirty till my palm out. It's love and loyalty into my heart line. Never turn it back, won't know why I turned out. I said it once, I do it again. I'm playing the game, I do it to win. Don't join your friends, let me be my team. You know we gon' win, you know we gon' walk, you know we gon' rise to the bus, my love, you know we gon' stay for the job, you know we gon' job. I feel like the sky is falling down. Ain't nobody here to play around. Push it to the end, I won't back down. It's time to go hard, go home. One way up, no way out. Give it all for the family. We stay up, no bailouts. Give it all for the family. Hey, for the family.
Am I winning? Why would I go hard for? Swinging on the green like I'm trying to get a paw for. You ain't sitting at my table, holding skull. Holding me, pushing my buttons up, you starting to call. Pressure make it down, and that pressure make me a star. Gotta make it to my names to bring me down by the bar. People always asking me how I got this far. My response is just to keep it honest and be who you are. Now they call me Mrs. Money, I got married to the mullet just to measure my success. I need it in the morning. Hallelujah, I'ma take that as a church. I'ma finish like a story.
I feel like the sky is falling down. Ain't nobody here to play around. Push it to the edge, I won't back down. It's time to go hard, go home. One way up, no way out. Give it all for the family. We stay up, no bailouts. Give it all for the family. For the
What about this? How about having like 300 people on the dream team at the next? Right? How crazy is that? So you know how excited you were and how empowered you were after that team meeting? How empowered and how excited would you be if you would have had 100 people in the room? Right? Right, Fred?
Right.
If there's a secret, the secret is getting as many people into this environment on your team as possible. This environment will grow your business for you. Right? Because you know how empowered you are when you leave here, Travis? Yeah. Imagine having 30 or 40 people on your team getting the same feeling that you're getting right now. Right? And it's not just hype, but it's just positivity. Right? It kind of like breathes itself. You know, it's just like,
if I'm really negative and I start being down on Matt's gonna be like, oh, I'm tired. He's gonna start feeling down, right? But positivity is always good, right? Trust me, you'll live a healthier life if you're positive. So I'm really excited for where this team is going. Do we have like a dates? Who's doing dates? Does anybody know?
You.
All right, I'm doing dates. So guess what? April 1st through the 3rd is our next big date. We're gonna have a team meeting somewhere in there. Did we nail that down yet?
March 12th.
All right, so we didn't nail the team meeting down yet, but possibly the 12th of March, right? So trust me, you want to get everybody you can there. It's gonna be on a Saturday night from 6 to 10 again. Was it helpful? Yeah. Absolutely, right? So you want to promote that team meeting. Promote, okay? The function, all right? This function is gonna be epic, all right? It's Joe Markowitz, who, by the way, I heard Joe Markowitz say at a function that if he guessed how much money was in his bank account, he would miss it by at least $750,000, probably $1 million. He didn't have a clue. He said, I don't want to know. He's like, some people call it irresponsible, I call it freedom, right? His wife came home and was like, honey, I paid the house off today. He's like, oh, okay, cool. What was it, $500,000? I don't know, doesn't matter. She just paid it off. Did they check their bank account before they did it? No, they knew it was going to be in there. All right? This is a guy who, he said, I want to get a new ride. He flies down to Florida and writes a check for $115,000 R8 Audi or AA. And then he decided, I don't really want the white one, I'm going to get the black one. So he traded that back in and bought a black one, paid cash for it too. All right, so that's Joe Markowitz. This is his event that he's putting on. All right, he's been free for over 20 years. The second guy that's going to be there is one of the diamonds on his team, Alan Leininger. All right, that's all of our upline, okay? So Alan and Michelle Leininger are going to be there. They have a private plane. They live in a $2.5 million house, and it's like, this dude doesn't work a job. Like, what are his expenses every month? At least 20 grand, probably. So he's got a $2.5 million house. He has 25 acres in Florida. He has a private plane. He has boats. He's got all this stuff, right? And he said he lives off of 25% of his income. Most people in his position are absolutely maxed out to the neck in debt. All of his expenses, I ain't saying you a gold digger. I ain't messing with a broke, and then he's like, oh crap. He can't sing that song anymore. Every time it comes on the radio, he's like, dang it. Yeah, and so he lives off 25% of his income. All right, so that's Alan and Michelle. They're going to be there. Another couple that's going to be there are Mike and Jana Wechter. Amway's Numbers, the fastest growing diamond in all of North America. Sponsored over 3,000 people on their team in 12 months. All right, Mike Wechter, they call him the king of bling. He's doing okay. This dude has a watch so big, whenever he had his haberdasher come over to his house to fit him for his new suit and shirts, he had to make the sleeve on his left arm just a little bit bigger than the one on the right arm so it'll fit over his watch. So his suit sleeve isn't like tucked back behind his watch, all right? He got like 5 shirts, 2 sport coats, and a pair of pants that was like $6 grand or something. He just, it's whatever, it's just money. So that's Mike and Jana Wechter. Another couple that's going to be there are Matt and Elena Grotwald. Right? Matt Grotwald spends $30,000 a year for his wife and girls to have horses, and he's only seen them twice. He's like, I don't know, it makes my wife happy, so I just do it, whatever. All right? So that's Matt and Elena Grotwald. And then Larry Winters is actually going to be there as well. And Larry Winters has about 50,000 people in his business, and he was a car wash manager making $300 a week when he saw this opportunity. All right? And so trust me, guys, you are going to want to do every single thing, and not even every single thing you can. You just want to be there. All right? Don't do everything you can and be like, well, I'm still not going to be able to make it. No, that's not an option. And the reason why I can say that is because I have never missed a conference since the day I got in business. So since I've never made an excuse, I never have to take one from anybody. So if you're on my team and you haven't, talk to somebody who's missed a conference before. All right? Because I've done stupid stuff to get to a conference. Like sell a shotgun that my grandpa passed down to me. Right? Why? Did it have sentimental value? Was it nice? Yeah, it was absolutely nice. It was amazing. It was gold inlay, A5, 12 gauge. It was beautiful, right? But guess what? I'll be able to buy 50,000 stupid shotguns 10 years from now and not even stink and worry about it.
Because here was the thing, the shotgun sitting in my closet wasn't fixing me and I was busted. If you don't have $125 to get to that conference, you better get to that conference. Because if you had a speeding ticket for $125, you'd figure out how to pay that. And here's what I knew. If I didn't have $125 to get there, or $300, or how much the whole weekend was, if I didn't change something that I was doing, I still wouldn't have $2,200 or $300 to get there the next time. Nothing changes until something changes. All right? So if you're in this room, you need to be at that function. I don't, like, literally, it doesn't matter what's going on. Aaron has somebody, where's Aaron? Aaron, no, I'll get Aaron. Sorry. Aaron's sister is getting married that weekend. Oh, guess what Aaron is doing? He called his family and said, y'all have fun with all the festivities. I'll be at the ceremony and that's it.
Well, hey, he's there at the ceremony.
Okay. All right. So what he's going to do is he's going to the conference with all of us on Friday. Where's this wedding at anyway?
It's in Indiana.
All right. So he's going to the conference with us on Friday, right?
Yes, it's like 3 hours away.
Okay. He's driving to the wedding, and then he's driving back to the conference. You know why? Because Aaron is not going to let anything keep him from his future, including his sister's wedding. And let me tell you this, right now the family's a little bit upset, right? Mom was like crying, sister's like, you're crazy. Guess what? Mom, sister, dad, aunts and uncles aren't really going to care as much. 10 years from now, when Aaron rents a private island and flies all of them first class over to that island for 15 days for a family vacation and pays cash for the whole thing. And tells everybody, don't worry about it. Trust me, they won't care. Yeah, they're gonna say, hey Aaron, thanks for not giving in when we started like shedding tears whenever you couldn't come to my entire wedding festivities of the weekend. Right? They're not even gonna miss them. You're exactly right. Because the day is about them anyway. I couldn't tell you who was at my wedding today if I tried. Lewis and Holly were there. That's about the only two people I remember being there. Right? And Andrea was there. That's right. Because we did get married. Okay? So April 1st through the 3rd, talk to your boss now. Do whatever you have to do to get off. If your boss for some reason won't let you off, I saw something the other day on Twitter. Put earphones in your nose, drape them over your ears, wrap it around your arm and get one of the little hospital bands, lay in your bed and take a selfie with white sheets around you, text it to your boss and say, my current situation. Is that not true? That is your current situation. And get your butt to the function. Because guess what? Your boss sure as heck isn't going to help you get free and become a millionaire. So, if I haven't promoted that good enough and you still don't go, then I really don't know what else to tell you. So, and they're actually, Christina and those guys, they're having theirs in Greensboro. It's like 2.5 hours.
You know what? The last time I got stuck in the snow for 5 hours.
Aww.
I got there Saturday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
All right, so function, April 1st through the 3rd. Do not miss it. We will keep everybody updated on team meeting dates. And as far as volume, anybody talking about volume? Diamond Holly Meyer!
Nicole, I love that music on that video. That's my kind of music. What? It's deep. I like to work out with that kind of music. But thank you, Nicole, for making that. Definitely appreciate it. How many of you got one of these? Okay, it's a schedule for if you're on for volume or dates. So volume tips, if you're doing that, if you have any questions, just let me know. But if you could just plan to be prepared to do that on your date. And then I think Christy said for April, the dates are actually Wednesdays, so just look at it as the date before. So, yeah. And then if you're on the table and you can't be there on that date, text Christy and let her know. But if you're doing the ticket table, be there at 7:15, ready to go. Keep it. If Christy could come up here, Abigail, and Austin and Alonzo. your house?
Yeah.
Okay, so what'd you guys do?
I had my grand opening this weekend on Sunday.
Awesome.
I had mine sometime in January.
In January, okay, so Austin had one, Alonzo had one. Was it difficult? Did you have, so it wasn't hard to do, did you have someone there to help you, or did you guys have to do it all on your own?
No, basically they did all
Yeah.
stuff.
Andrew was there,
Yeah.
Nicole was there, okay.
Basically, what we did was we introduced them and then
That's awesome. So tell us just really quickly what, like, your phone call sounded like to get people there.
Well, what I initially told people was, hey guys, I just started a business. I would really like you guys to come out and check it out, see some of the products that I have to offer. If you can't make it, it's cool. But like I said, I would really like you to come out. That's what I said.
Awesome.
For me, it depended on my relationship with them for one, and then what I knew their interest was. So like I would focus on that. I had a friend that I called specifically, and I was like, hey man, I just started this business, and there's some stuff that I could offer you, and I know you'd be interested, because he was just telling me like the week prior that he started this diet thing. And so I was like, I can help you with this, there's this, and this, and I can sell you this. And a lot of the calls were very specific and gear-centric, but there was a few that, like, the people I was really close to, it was more general.
That's awesome. Good stuff. And I know you guys had a huge turnout on Sunday. Had a lot of orders coming from that, so good job. Give them a hand. And then Josh and Carly, I think they're still on. They had a grand opening on Sunday, and Mom and Aunt placed orders totaling over $700 they'll be processing this week. So
Woo!
So Josh and Carly also placed their first order this week, so we're super excited about that. And then Miss Abigail. So I just want to get them up just to give you a little example of them talking to people about their business, about their products. The new foundation just came out. Abigail jumped on it. She ordered it. She used it. Now she's a walking billboard. She's having a lot of success from that. So just really quick, you set up a customer one-on-one for artistry.
Yeah, for Thursday, which was, it's a coworker of Eddie's, and so he just kept his ear open just to fill a need. And same with Christina. She was awesome about that too. She definitely helped me with that. But so she is huge, loves makeup, but she goes to Sephora, spends $100. So it was like, we got this new makeup out, which she's good about that too. So I called her today, and we're setting up a meeting on Thursday. And then I went to Charm Charlie's looking for Charm Charlie stuff, literally stuff. And the lady there, she said, oh my gosh, I love your makeup, and got talking to her about the 24-hour long-lasting foundation. So called her. She said next week would be better, and then she actually brought up that she wanted to have a few people come with her to look at the foundation. So I'm excited about that.
You can tell from there, like this makeup,
yeah,
you can tell, it is amazing. It's completely.
Yeah, I wore it, let's see, I know Polly stayed at 12:30, and so I put it on around 11:30, have not touched it at all.
It looks so good, so good. So question, was it hard, these people you didn't know before, was it hard talking to them about your products?
No.
Come naturally? Awesome. So, just another example. Great job, Abigail. You sold like, what, $100 worth of artistry today?
120.
Oh, just 120? So, tell us, how do you know this person?
I work with her. She actually already buys excess from me, so I was just going to the hall. So I'm going to say hey to her, make sure she's doing good. And she just started opening up about how she's like, I need makeup so bad. I think I'm going to go to Estee Lauder today and go drop like $100 on it. No, you're not. I'm sitting right here. So I just told her about the foundation that it came out. And I didn't have any, but I knew Abigail did. So I was like, Abigail, I need a little tip with your foundation. Got it to her. She came to my office this morning and said, come here to my office. I'll place the order. So she added on excess to that.
Well, nice. So it's just someone you knew, but you spoke up when you heard a need and kept that money from me.
Estee Lauder.
So, good job. Foundation, and read up about it. It is legit. I mean, science and technology to like lock in the color with different climate and temperature changes. It's got the Norwegian fjord water in it that's in the Hydro-V. So it is unbelievable. And if you look, I mean, if you look around you every day, there are women paying tons of money for makeup. And this stuff I think is going to be, I mean, it already has been a huge hit. But then another awesome thing coming out is the Excess product. Some of you guys are excited. The kit is coming out for Platinums on March 9th. So great news. We can purchase that if you want to buy it ahead of time. It is coming out, the kit is coming out for all IVOs on March 23rd. But if you want it on March 9th, call me on that day and I will place your order for you and transfer the PV. Don't worry, I won't keep it. But there are some awesome things in this kit. I'm just going to read it really quick. How many of you have looked at the products and stuff that are in there?
Yes.
It is amazing. There's the
Hydration and pre-workout.
So it's actually a $280 value that your customers get for $230, and it is 60 PV. Our cost is $195, and for 60 PV, that's a really good PV-VV ratio. It's amazing. So it comes with sports twist tubes. Someone told me they had rhodiola in them. They're not like, there's no SKU number for them, so I can't look at the nutritional ingredients. I don't know, do you know?
I have them. If you want them, I can send them to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with all the ingredients.
Definitely.
The rhodiola just changed to Excess brand.
Okay, but I tried a sample of one and someone told me that it had rhodiola in it, so I'm not sure about that. But anyway, there's the sports twist tubes, there's a pre-workout boost, there's a smoothie charge, it's called Green Blast, there's 12 packs of that. There are Excess energy bars. You get 5 chocolate chip and 5 peanut butter crunch. There's a sports protein powder that comes in like pouches, and the protein powder is chocolate milkshake. And then there's a sports protein bar which has chocolate peanut butter and chocolate berry black. And then you also get these water bottles with the kit too. So if you're interested, yes. This is replacing all of the sports nutrition products, like the black and red, black and orange products, like the pretzel bars, the energy bars, the Nutrilite sports nutrition. But anything that Amway replaces, they only make it better. So it's but if you guys want to order it, you're interested, just let me know and we can, get your money, get your orders.
The stuff like the rhodiola that's just like rebranding. Is that
Yes.
Is that going to be like a difference in price?
I'm not sure, I don't think so. It's just gonna, like, the packaging will look different.
Okay.
And then all the products for like everyone to order, customers and stuff, those will be ready to launch on April 20th.
April 20th?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't think any of the pricing will change. As far as the bars, I'm not sure, because I'm not sure how they come, but actually, we can look.
Rhodiola is the same price.
The rhodiola is the same price, $22.80 and 45 cents back.
So we have to reset up any dittos with rhodiola?
You may, I'm not sure about the details, because the item numbers may change. Yes.
So April 20th is when it's gonna be available for customers?
It says complete product launch, so I assume that means.
So if a customer wants it before then, we would just have to order it?
Just order you'd have to order the kit. It's the kit that's available, so. Yeah.
Oh, I see, gotcha.
Yeah, just buy 5 kits and then you'll have all the products. Okay, if you have any other questions, let me know, or call your trusted Amway customer service.
Hey guys.
Bring up Louis Myers!
Tonight went fantastic. Y'all did a terrific job. And I've got to tell you guys that the last 3 or 4 weeks, I have never seen such a group growth ever in my 7 years of business. I have never seen so many people join the plan in my business ever. 7 years of business, I've never seen so many people consistently showing the plan. Ever. Ever. And I gotta just give you guys major kudos on that. because it feels really good. I told Holly the other day, I said, I need to go sponsor some new legs. Because you guys are literally just doing it. And that's how it should be, and you guys are really becoming empowered. Many of you are here tonight with like a different stature. It's crazy to come in and have guests in the room that I've never seen. That's rare, like, that never happened before. If a guest came, I knew who they were, I had seen them, I showed them a plan, I had done a QI, and tonight there's people here that I have not seen, and there's a couple ways that that happens. The only way that that works is that there's big communication happening on your part. Travis has been constantly shifting and adjusting, because you all know he's been showing a lot of plans, right? But he is calling me every day and shifting and adjusting something every step of the way. And locked in a guest tonight, I never met the guy, but he would screenshot text messages to me, and I'd say, okay, send this. And he would screenshot text messages to me, I'd say, send this. He came to networking night. I probably reworded about 4 text messages for him, which helped people go to the next step. Alyssa's been doing the same thing. I'm only naming these people because they work directly with me. I know Zach can give several examples. You know who you are. My intent is not to pull out just a few because everybody's doing massively awesome at this. So I've just got to give you guys major kudos on that, because I know that you're overcoming fear. I know that you're overcoming doubt. I know that you're overcoming hesitation. And some of you are just jumping in. And here's what's cool. None of you are hurt. Right? And if anything, the person that's hyped out of their mind, the only thing that separates a person that's barely getting through the night tonight and a person that is jacked out of their mind is that one of those people overcame fear this week. It's the only difference. The person that's just here, you just stayed in your comfort zone this week. That's it. And you came hoping to get energy, but you know where the energy comes from? Is from those that didn't stay in their comfort zone this week. And when I walked in and I was standing outside, there was literally energy coming out of this room. I was in the caboose area. I was getting hyped and I was not even close to the door, but you could just, like, it is just there. And there's just that spirit of fear being broke, that spirit of apathy being broke, that spirit of laziness being broke, that spirit of not being distracted is being broke, that spirit of focus. I mean, all of these different things that it takes to build the business, I can just see you guys really starting to get. And it really, really excites me. And it makes me super, super thankful for the dry periods that Lewis went through in his business, and not only in his personal business, but in his organizational business. When I would show up on a Tuesday and it just felt like nothing I was saying was getting anywhere. I was like, how many more jumping jacks do I have to do? What story do I have to share this week? What video do I have to share this week? To maybe, hopefully, help that person understand that the thing that is holding them back is merely a mirage. It is not real. And you guys are breaking through the mirages. I don't need, here's what's cool. I'm not having to create fake energy through videos and through slideshows and all this stuff because you guys are doing the real thing. This is how it really feels to have real energy. Here's the reality. We cut the music and this place would still be just as hyped. We cut the videos, this place would be just as hyped. And you know why? It's because people are winning. And that is a winning team. And I'm just super, honestly, from me to you, I'm super proud of you guys. And let me encourage you, if you have issues coming in your life that you feel like are separating you from growth in the business, growing the business solves the issues. See, many times people look at the business and they think of it in terms of as a distance thing or as a long-term thing, right? And you think that your problem would be solved merely with more money. The money isn't what's causing the problem, it's the mind that's causing the problem. The fact that you focus on it only magnifies it greater. The fact that you give it more energy only magnifies it and gives it more life. The fact that you let it penetrate your mind when you wake up, penetrate your mind when you take a break, penetrate your mind when you go to bed, is saying, I'm here to stay for a really long time. But as soon as you choose to pull the gas nozzle out of it and stop thinking about it and stop giving it fuel, is the day it starts to die. And the reason why focusing on your business and showing the plan and coming to Tuesday night and coming to Team Connect and coming to the team meetings and coming to the function is because it's an opportunity for you to take your brain and pull the gas nozzle out of your problem and begin to watch it shrink. The only thing that keeps something alive is our imagination. The more mental thought we put into our problem, the greater the problem comes. You have to focus on solution. Not just because solution is going to solve it in the moment, but because you stop focusing on the problem. Everybody's looking for the quick fix. It's non-existent. It's non-existent. But if you can learn how to focus on vision, and if you can learn how to focus on big picture, those things will become a reality in your life. That is your big fix. The problem is, it's not tomorrow. That's what separates it. You guys have to understand. What you're trying to create is a 2% mentality and lifestyle. 98% of society cannot do that. Because their problems, they never stop focusing on their problems. And they'll always come, and there'll always be more, and there'll always be more. Hi and I have gone platinum in the business. And guess what? There's still problems. And it's not because we went platinum that we don't have as many problems, or because they're not as big, or because we don't struggle with them. It's because during the journey, we learn how to not focus on our problems, but focus on the solution. Many things that you're dealing with in your life right now are mere molehills. But you're pumping fuel into that molehill, and it's slowly but surely becoming a mountain in your life. I've got great news for you. Stop giving it mental energy, and it will die. It will die. Just a thought, okay? I'm going to give you guys something else just to think about. What season is this?
Cold.
Basketball season.
Spring.
Winter.
We don't know.
Truth.
The nature has not decided yet.
It is tax return season.
That was my next answer.
I just want to give you guys some thought. That's a lot of money that all of a sudden shows up, right? I found something really, really interesting. We went to Applebee's on Sunday night. After phone friends, we go to Applebee's and we have a good time. And Ty, the server, was saying, dude, I love tax season. Because everybody's coming in to buy food. Everybody's coming in to leave big tips. And I love tax season. He loves tax season. He loves tax season. He loves tax season, right? And it reminded me, we all have tax season, and it's the one moment in time where we have extra to either invest or extra to spend. And you have to be conscientious of where it's going, because it will go faster than you think. Every single year, how many of you would say your tax return goes faster than you plan it to go? Yeah, it's a total mentality thing. It's not because all of a sudden you had extra problems during tax season. Oh, I got my tax return, and then all of a sudden all these problems happened. It's usually not how it works. It usually goes where, you know what, I'm going to put this in a fund. How many have a tax return fund? You know what I'm saying? This is my tax return fund. I'm never going to touch this. And then, hey, you want to go out to eat? You know, I haven't been eating out lately because I just haven't had it. But you know what? I got my tax return. Actually, we don't even say it. We don't verbalize it. Oh, God. We just go. And we pull a little bit from our our piggy bank, right? And you know what? It's been a long time since I've had a new pair of pants. Oh, but I'm not gonna touch my tax return. But I'm gonna go get a new pair of pants. And we play these mental games, and that's how it goes away. Is that we go and we fill these needs, which are not needs. It's just what 98% of society does. And so what that money does is that it goes right back. Businesses love tax season. Why do they have the President Day sale? Tax returns. Because they know, let's add a coupon to it, let's get their money in our business. Me, I think about tax returns, and we think, okay, how can we capture that money and get it into our business? Not, what am I going to do with mine? If there is a time that you have extra, understand you can either have an immediate result or you can have long-term wealth. It's all dependent on investing. This is a great season for you to magnify your investing to propel your future. Because what you put into your future is what you'll get out of your future. Period. And it's a great season to put into your future. You can put it into your present, but we all know that the present comes and goes, right? And it just causes more frustration, and it just sucks more, right? And it was awesome. I was talking to the tax guy. We finally got a tax guy.
Praise Jesus.
Yeah. He's just hyped about it. And he said, "No, Louis, you understand it. You may not really get any money back again." I was like, "That was the goal. That was the goal. My objective was to start paying taxes. What does that mean? I'm bringing in bank. That's what that means. Do you understand that a tax return is not actually money from the government? It's yours. And what happened is that they took more money than they should have out of your check. And they just said, oh, my bad, and they sent it back. Right? And then society says, awesome extra! And what do? It spends it just as fast as if it's like a normal check. And all retailers and everybody knows that. So just take that into consideration. When you get it in, I've had some people ask me, what should I do with this? And I just got to give them major kudos to do that, because that's the hardest thing for people to get counsel on is money. They don't want advice on it. Because they absolutely want this trip. They absolutely want this pair of pants. They absolutely want this pair of shoes. They absolutely want this piece of technology. And God forbid you're going to tell me where I'm going to put my money. Right? Because this is what I'm going to buy. So you get that thing, and I'm sitting over here. Cool, man. Cool. So just some thought process. Because nobody else is going to teach you it. Society certainly isn't going to teach you that. Lewis had to really discipline himself too whenever it came in. I called Curtis, man, here's exactly how much you got in. What should I do with this? There'd be times where he said, dude, you need to put it in the volume. I dump it all in the volume. He said, you need to put it in tools. I dump it in tools. As soon as it came in, dude, function tickets were bought. Volume was done for the month. I mean, before that could go anywhere else, it was getting into my business first. And then, whatever happened, great. But here's what I knew. Problems aren't just solved by money. Problems are solved by thought process. So I could throw money at it, but if I didn't enhance my thought process, the problem was going to reoccur. Period, without a doubt in my mind. Make sense? So just be wise. Your kids are going to Disney World for platinum.
Yep.
See, delayed gratification isn't what you can, it's not what you can't afford. It's what you can afford, but choose not to purchase. Does that make sense? My attire is something that is very much a delayed gratification thing for me. I can't stand it because I love clothes. And I love shoes. But every time I think about, Zach and I were talking about this the other day, every time I think about $50 going into something other than my business, it really, at this point, just makes me want to throw up in my mouth. Like, I can't fathom it. I can't stand it. Like, holy cow, you're getting all of this. okay, what in the world could I possibly be getting through my business with this? Because I understand now, I've ingrained in myself the difference between spending and investing is so much cooler. So much cooler. We were also talking about how there was an article written about how wealthy people wear the same thing every day. I was talking to you guys about this?
Yeah.
Sorry, okay.
You good?
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just some thought process. Not beating anybody up. I don't know what you guys do with your tax return. I don't care. But just some things to think about. Just so you can be like, okay, let's be smart with this. All right? So I just wanted you guys to know I'm super proud of you guys. Saturday night was kicking. If you missed it, don't miss the next one. You're not going to want to miss the next one. Don't miss the function. It's going to be special. It was cool. I was able to put a picture on Groupie. How many people saw the picture on Groupie? 6 millionaires, strictly through Amway, are going to be teaching for 3 days. What could you what? Wow. That's what I'm saying. If I'm looking to put money in my bank, where else could I possibly go to get that? That is special. That is special. To be able to think, 6 multimillionaires all at once in one coliseum, and I get to gather their knowledge and their information. I know Zach already did this, so I'm not trying to beat it, whatever, beat a dead horse, but it's going to be special. So, also be conscientious. I know I'm not really hyped tonight, but I'm just trying to get some things to point across, okay? Some things to think about. Also be conscientious. When you're sitting in a room, there's actually people sitting behind you. People sitting alongside of you, or there's potentially people sitting in front of you. Your activities are magnified when the environment's going one direction, but you're doing like the opposite. How many of you have ever talked super, super loudly in a library? I have. I have, okay. Let me ask you a question. Is your voice magnified? Oh yeah. I mean, you are magnified, okay? So when we have a group of people sitting here listening to somebody, and you choose to joke, or make comments, or talk, it's magnified. And the person who's trying to listen wants to punch you in the throat. Let me just tell you this, you're not making any friends. You're not making any friends. The guy next to you that you're distracting might snicker at you because he's being polite, but he wants to poke you in the eye too. All right? So be conscientious of that. Because the reality is that we do a lot of sitting in this business at times, and we're doing a lot of learning. And I always wanted to be the guy, Matt, that whether he was cross-line or he was part of a different organization, he knew me for one thing. A couple things. Politeness. I wanted him to know me for kindness. I wanted him to know me for growth. I wanted him to know, I didn't want him to know, dude, that, let's just make sure we don't sit on that guy. Right? Let me, oh, dude, there's that. So weird. I didn't want to be that guy. Don't be that guy. Makes sense? Don't be that lady. Okay? So, cool. All right, well, I think that's about it because you guys are killing it. I really don't know what to add to what you're doing other than to say just keep doing what you're doing. And then for those of you that are just, it's almost becoming frustrating to come to the meeting because everybody else is growing and you feel like you're not the one growing. There's probably mirages in your life that you just need to bust through. That's all it is. Because everybody has problems. Everybody has situations they're going through. Everybody has busy lifestyles. Everybody has a busy schedule. But the ones that choose to step through the mirages are the ones that are winning, succeeding in the business. So stop. Here's the biggest thing. Identify the real problem. I want you to sit down tonight and say, what is the real problem to why I'm not showing the plan, or why I'm not contacting, or why I'm not making calls for volume? What is the real problem? What is the real problem? And then attack that. Attack that. So, Faith, it is really, really good to have you here.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations, you just graduated, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
From high school. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But it's really cool to have you here, and hopefully we can provide whatever it is that you're looking for, you know? And I know we're rowdy, but Linwood's really nice. He's not rowdy. He's really quiet. Hallie's nice. She's not rowdy. So Felix isn't rowdy either. He's a pretty nice guy. He shows up playing like a boss though. Shows up playing like a boss. Party dude. So party guys, I love you all tremendously. And I think that's it. So let's just keep kicking butt. All right. You guys have a great night.